At Bombas, we make socks, underwear, and T-shirts that feel good and do good. They feel good because they're designed with the softest materials and comfort innovations. They do good because for every item you purchase, we donate another item to someone who needs it. So far, we at Bombas have donated over 100 million items, and your purchases add to that impact. Go to bombas.com/Wondery and use code Wondery for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/Wondery and use code Wondery at checkout.
Watch what happens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that happens? Watch what happens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that happens? And now, hello and welcome back to part 2 of our Salt Lake City recap. Let's get right back into it. Where we left off is that the women have just gone shopping and they've come out, they've reconvened, and they all look like they're in some deranged beauty pageant at the moment.
They look insane, and also they bought all these clothes from secondhand stores, and so they're like they've got kind of a smell, because listen, we all shop secondhand, but when you do it, there's just that smell when you get it at first. You need to go home and wash it, dry clean it, do whatever. Yeah. So this is like a lot of mothballs running around basically together.
Yes. And so and then Mary turns to Lisa and she goes, "Oh, Lisa, I love your little belly. It reminds me of Milan." I was like, did I hear that right? Did I miss it? Did I miss a word there?
No, that's what she said. And Lisa's like, "You know what? Thanks, Mary, because I'm dying that I'm in this. I'm also really upset about my ring. I almost started to cry, and then I'm like, hold on, open the window."
Well, what you need to do is you need to file a police report and say, "Dear police officers, there's a woman here who's trespassed on a trip. Arrest Angie K."
And Monica is so annoyed that Lisa is complaining again. She's just making little, annoyed kid faces at the camera. And Heather's like, wait, is there a dress code at this place we're going to? And Lisa's like, you know what? This place, let me look it up on my phone. Formerly Cary Grant's estate. Oh my God, and I'm wearing this. It's literally so triggering for me right now. Monica goes, what about it is triggering?
She's like, "I'm in a bathing suit going to a 5-star restaurant. It's weird." And she goes, "I prepared for this trip, okay? My shopper in Milan sent me all these beautiful things for me." Well, technically it wasn't a shopper in Milan. It was just one of Jack's friends who was on a mission in Milan. But I said, "Hey, can you buy me something from Sears of Milan?" And he's like, "Sure, girl." So I can't even wear it.
So now I have to go to a 5-star dinner in a 2-piece bikini, a Givenchy knockoff, and a skirt I stole from a Middle Eastern dancer. What the hell, triggered? I think that's why she said Milan, because Lisa was like, "Oh my God, I got all my outfits from Milan." And so now she's like, "Wow, I love it. It looks very Milan. Love your belly skirt, your belly dancing skirt."
Maybe it was Lisa Milan. So, Lisa Milan. So Lisa is complaining. Yeah, so she's then she's just complaining. Now she's so mad because I think she was trying to be sort of try to keep it in. But now that she knows that she's going to a nice restaurant wearing this, she's so angry. She's like, "Oh my God, ow. The skirt is putting indents in my body. Yeah, it's the discs. They really hard. Ow.
This is no longer a fun girls trip. This is The Shining. And I'm trapped. And next thing you know, two little twin girls are going to knock on my door just saying red rum.
Which is so rude because they should be serving me Red Vita. Red Vita tequila.
Red Vita cocktails. Vita cocktails.
Vita cocktails. Hi, twin.
Arif cocktails.
They're on a mission.
Cocktails.
They're on a mission. Jack got sent on a mission to haunt a hotel in Colorado also. We're really happy for him.
So then we go to dinner at Copley's, and they all look insane still. Nothing has changed. I don't know why I just keep writing it down, but every time they show them as a group, I write, they look nuts.
They look more and more nuts the more they go into more. They keep on going increasingly more into public. Initially, they were just in the store, then they were on the sidewalk, and now they're full on in a nicer restaurant. I mean, I've actually
It's
been
still
there
Palm
once.
Springs. I mean, it's
Yeah,
still Palm
that's the
Springs,
thing.
and they still look nuts. I mean, in Palm Springs, you can do whatever the fuck you
You
want,
really
and they
can.
still look nuts.
You could literally do Bruce Valanche cosplay in Palm Springs, and people will be like, "Why'd you dress up?" Like formally. But like, I've been to this restaurant, and it's like, I remember I wore like a black polo and jeans, so it's like it's nice, but it's not like shirt and tie, you know. But even then, they look in just honestly, it's really Whitney's look that to me, it's like the Whitney with the Heather look. It's like Whitney in that lab tech and the big giant hat, but then Heather in hers. But by the way, they're all kind of wearing goofy hats. Did you notice? It wasn't just
Well,
Whitney.
that's
They
the
all
thing.
have
That's what I was
goofy
gonna say is
hats.
the craziest is all the Tea Party hats, or the derby hats or whatever. They all look
Mary
fucking
has
insane.
one. Monica has one.
Yeah.
They're all
So they
bonkers.
come in and Lisa's like, "Oh my god, you guys, I am humiliated." And the hostess says, "You look amazing, ladies." And Lisa's like, "You know what? We know you're lying, but thank you."
So Mary's like, Mary's to us says, "Lisa, whoever picked out your outfit, they don't like you. You should know that going forward."
So they all order espresso martinis, and Whitney wants hers with tequila. Is that a thing?
I think there is something. I think I have heard that, but yeah. And so then Lisa, of course, when she orders hers with tequila, Lisa goes, "Do you like añejos?" And Whitney's like, "I like any hose." And like somewhere, like Bryn and Sire were slapping, like high five, like, "Ha, we totally started the hose thing on trips."
So they order some stuff, and Lisa's like, "Oh my god, like all of a sudden it got really cold, like a hot pocket fluid. Wow, great. You know what, you might as well serve me hot pockets. Speaking of, dressed like this, Jesus Christ, serve me
Yeah.
a hot box and a hot pocket and some cheddars."
Her complaining about it being really cold was both her way of reminding everyone that she's in some awful sheer top, but also I think she's kind of hoping someone will give her a jacket to hide said sheer top.
Yeah. So Monica's like, "Oh, wait, what's going on? Why are you complaining?" She's like, "I'm freezing. So, you know what? I have the heater being turned on, but Heather doesn't want the heater." Yeah, because she's in a fucking black leather jacket. Okay.
Heather is so bundled up right now. So they swap. Monica and Heather swap so Monica can be near Lisa's heat lamp. And then they toast to new beginnings and fun times. And Meredith is like, "Well, everyone, let's all have a fun day tomorrow." And of course, that was just directed towards my guests, which does not include Angie K. So I hope you have a terrible day in Palm Springs. Hope you get bitten by a scorpion.
Mary's like, "Yeah, let's have a good night's sleep." Mary is only thinking
Yeah.
about going to bed. Like, that's all she cares
She's
about.
like, "Don't be loud tonight."
And Whitney jumps in and she's like, "On that note, can we play a game? Let's play a game. I want to play a game." Of course, Whitney with the fucking games. you
Right.
know.
I start to
play-
I start to groan because I'm like, ugh, games. But then I remember it's Salt Lake City and their games always go amazingly off
Their
the
games are
rails. So I was
good.
like, "It's okay. It's okay."
Let's play a game where we get to know each other better. Mary's like, "No."
I love Mary's no but energy. Like she's just like, "No, I'm not gonna sit on that
No.
chaise and I'm not gonna play the game."
Yeah,
So
no.
when he goes,
Period.
"Okay, think of something that not everyone knows about line you that might shock the group, and so we get to." I'm confused. We're gonna shock people.
Oh,
Is
for fuck's
electricity?
sake, Whitney, so we can
It's
get to know
electricity.
each other better. It's
get
written
to
on
know-
the cue card. The
get
hostess
to
is
know-
holding it right in front of your face.
To know each other better. Thank you.
So Meredith's like, "All right, I'll go first now. What's a fact? Okay, this is simple. It's a simple thing, but it's the first thing that came to mind. You used to come to Palm Springs as a child to visit my grandparents." And Monica goes, "Huh, wow,
That's
shocking."
girl. That's shocking. Monica's energy is always like, "Girl." I mean, she
Yeah,
says it
she
half the
keeps
time.
doing this.
Girl. I loved Meredith sharing. I think she even told us. Didn't she even tell us this last year about on their Scottsdale trip? So I love that. Also, by the way, this is a good way to show how to tell a boring story in a funny way. Erin from Real Housewives of New York, who was like, "The most embarrassing thing that happened to me, My kid cried on an airplane. This is how you do it. Well, here's a story.
I had a head
used to
twitch and some
visit.
benzos. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to visit here. See my grandparents. So consider yourself shocked.
And they're like, wow, shocking, Meredith. So Angie's like, well, obviously, we are getting the G version of Meredith's reveal because I have heard much juicier stories about Meredith's path. Oh, Angie. There goes Angie. Angie, we already know you make stuff up, like your last year's Barbie scissor kick thing with Heather and Jen. Shut up, Jen. I mean, shut up, Angie.
I have something to say that's going to shock everyone.
Jen, Angie.
I like to write, and I like journaling. And I used to write poems, and I'm kind of getting back to that.
Okay,
the
Shel
shocking thing is
Silverstein.
that you can write.
It actually was
Shel
shocking.
Silverstein, I like that. Sorry,
she's a
Dr.
poet. No, but I love that Whitney is getting into poetry because you know this means that she's gonna be reading poetry on this show. Like,
Trixie Mattel's a friend. I love her to the end, and then where were they for me?
Probably, pretty much.
She's like trying to
plane, Whitney. Land the plane.
I'm in a
plane. It's insane, and I'm so glad I'm not on a bus right now. Seriously, like I don't want to sound like I'm better than any, but I hate buses.
Send me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to have chocolate syrup put on them and rolled on a tarp. Poetry.
I'm like
And
trying
Lisa's like,
desperately
"Oh
to
my God,
reference poems. I'm realizing how
I'm
few
ignorant.
poems I can reference on the fly. I'm like, wait a second. I was like,
Beans,
I had to go to
beans.
the Statue of Liberty poem.
Beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you burp. The more you burp, the better you feel. So eat beans for every drink 'em line.
This is a poem I wrote that's called The Flabberwocky. Okay, there once was a Flabberwocky. That's the end.
The end. So Monica's just squinting at her, and we get a "Ats," and Lisa's like, I love it. Love that, Whitney. Love that. Heather goes, okay, I'm next. Okay, guys. I'm really into birds lately. Like, since I moved, I got this bird house, and it has a camera in it. And so I just sit there and I watch the birds through the camera.
She just has a. Is that where my ring cam went? Someone stole it.
Oh, and Mary goes, I used to have a ring. I used to have an African gray, but it didn't get me anything for my birthday, so I turned it into a shoe. Just one, though. It was small. It's a small bird. That bird was weird.
It was strange. She just wanted me to stare at her the whole time. And she's like flying all over the place. Like she didn't obey. It was like a flying cat.
All right,
don't
Mary,
obey.
tell us something about you now. She's like, I don't know. I'm truly a loner. I mean, like, look, everyone thinks that I'm this like socialite or something like that. And then it goes 1 week earlier. Mary watching everyone throwing snowballs and just shows her refusing to participate, going, what are they doing? 1 hour earlier, Mary alone in the lobby, eating by herself with her sunglasses on.
4 hours earlier. I will not come over there. Please stop talking to me like that. Yeah, I just have this socialite reputation. So Angie goes, okay, well, for some of you that don't know me, you might think I'm a badass or a hard ass, but I'm actually extremely sensitive. Wow. I'm sensitive.
But you know what? That's a great attribute. Okay, something about me. I did get my first second piercing this week. I'm like so naughty. I'm like so naughty right now. My first second. It's my first second.
Y'all are like so boring with your like I'm sensitive. I journal like girl. Okay, you're like talking about like burns and like journaling and like childhood. Okay, and none of you even have the trauma of like walking into Louis Vuitton and like buying a bag to fit in. Okay, you ready?
fucked my brother for like 18 months.
And they're like, whoa. Mary just is like, what? And Heather's cracking up. And Whitney's like,
Wait a minute. Back up. Back up.
I'm like, yeah, explain this. And she goes,
Okay, it's my husband's sister's husband equals brother-in-law.
And Meredith is like, well, Lisa might allege that I fucked half of New York, but I draw the line at in-laws.
I have to change the game. Like, before she admits, like, she fucked the Pope. Or, like, I'm dating the prophet. Like, what if she sleeps with somebody's husband? I mean...
Okay, so Trixie was at lunch break there. Trixie Mattel was at lunch break for that line.
I laughed when she said, I have to change the game. She's like, oh my God.
That's when he goes,
Okay. One more game. We're gonna play a game. It's called warm and fuzzy or cold and prickly. Ah. Okay. So say something you love about someone, because that's the warm and what was it again? Fizzy. And then the cold and prickly thing is something that they can work on because it makes them cold and prickly. Okay, fun. And Heather, you start.
Well, I need a minute to digest this.
Okay, I'll go. So warm and fuzzy. Okay, Angie. So Angie, I guess what's warm and fuzzy is that we're both old Titans, right, Ange? And Angie's like, yeah, we knew each other before probably you were born, Monica.
What? When? But when? From when?
Listen, don't ask when. We're icons, okay?
and then Heather's like, the cold and prickly is just give it to me. Give it to me like I told Electra. Give me the word of the day. Just give it to me. And if you say yeah or you win a gold star. And Heather's like, I don't trust you. And they
Dun.
What? Why wouldn't you trust her? Okay, it's not like she stole your ring or anything because I lost my ring. I lost my ring, by the way.
Did Lisa go to the bathroom and get another spray tan, by the way? Because she looks completely different now and has white lips now. I'm not sure if I just noticed it or whatever. But we get a shing, the good old Top Chef shing. And Lisa's like, wait, why don't you trust her? Well, a couple of things. I mean, do you want me to really get into it now? It's like, well, I mean, you threw it out there in front of everyone, so you can do it now then. Well, I mean, that's the game, so I'm just playing the game. So go on then.
Well, it's just like, I don't trust you because it feels like you were all over Jen, and then that didn't work out, and then you were all over Lisa, and then that didn't work out. Whoa, the perception is like not reality, sort of like, Meredith's views on what I like to wear, And Heather's like, well, the question for me was not for me to dictate fact. It was just, it was to tell why I don't trust her, and that's why.
And she's like, look, she tells us, she's like, my lack of trust for Angie is that I've known her longer than anyone else. And she was my friend in high school, and she's chosen to buddy up with literally anyone else in the room besides me. So, you know what? I don't trust people that shit on history. I don't trust people that shit on friendship. I just don't trust girls who sleep with the biggest dick in the room. I just don't.
So cut to Ultimate Girls Trip of Heather going up to like Giselle and Portia, like, oh my God, I'm like with the big dogs now. I'm with the big dog. Can I hang out with the big dogs? So Lisa's like, well, you were all over Jen. Like, should we not trust you? And Heather's like, maybe not. Like, why are you so deeply invested in my cold and prickly with Angie? And Angie's like, come back, Heather. Come back here. It's like when you stole my Trapper Keeper in math class. Come back here. Come back here right now. We need to talk.
You know what? And you know what, Lisa? Let me take this. Okay, let me take this, Lisa. I mean, she's all over you. You see what I'm saying? She's all over you. But she's not all over me, though. Yeah, well, you know what, Angie? You came to my brunch, and you said that once you knew Lisa was in my book, that you would consider buying the book, and you wanted an autograph from Lisa, so...
You were like, I didn't know Lisa Barlow was mentioned in your New York Times best-selling book called Bad Mormon, available now online and also at brick and mortar places like Barnes & Noble. Ask for a copy, Like, I didn't hear you say, it's like I heard you say that.
Oh, yeah? Well, what have you done to be my friend then? What have you done to be my friend? Monica's like, oh, no, let's move on. Let's move on. So Mary goes, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'll let you go, and then I'll let you go. You guys go. I'm not going to type.
So Meredith's like, okay, Whitney, all right, here we go. My warm and fuzzy is that your intentions are genuinely very positive, and I think in your own dumb, idiotic, allegedly poetic way, you want to manifest good, positive things, even if you are maligning someone's bathtub, which a toddler was cleaned in once.
People have babies in tubs. How dare you? Now, let's get to the prickly. And Whitney goes,
Is it that I invited Angie?
she's like, no, I wasn't even going to say that.
Oh, all right. So I'm not going to get to have the inviting Angie fight.
We've got so many lines written down for this one.
That's so true.
She's trying so hard and no one will give her the fight. Well, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say maybe you should work on your communication being a little bit more clear. And she goes,
Actually, I'm in communication. I'm in therapy for communication, like once a week.
well, you're in therapy for shut up, Whitney. You are not in therapy for communication. And anytime somebody calls you out, you cannot just say I'm in therapy for that. Okay? That's not a
Oops.
blanket statement to be an asshole.
Oops, I meant I'm supposed to be in therapy for communication. God, my communication has problems. So
I must have forgotten to call. Dang, stymied by my own communication again.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
I want you to picture Steve Jobs tinkering with a computer in his garage, Walt Disney drawing cartoons for his high school newspaper. Every big moment starts with a big dream, but what happens when that dream turns out to be an even bigger failure? Each week on Wondery's new podcast, The Big Flop, host Misha Brown is joined by different comedians to chronicle some of the biggest failures and blunders in pop culture history. Each episode will have you thinking, why in the world did this get made? From box office flops like Cats the movie, to Action Park, New Jersey's infamous theme park that had countless injuries, many lawsuits, and rides so wild it became known as Class Action Park. Or Quibi, that short-form video platform with an even shorter lifespan. It's a story of a spectacular failure with lots of surprises along the way. Enjoy The Big Flop on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to The Big Flop early and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Get started with your free trial at Wondery.com/plus. Hey listeners, you need to know that Wondery's shocking true crime podcast Over My Dead Body is back for a 4th season, Gone Hunting. This newest season covers the story of Mike Williams. It was Mike's 6th wedding anniversary when he set off on a hunting trip into the gator-infested swamps of North Florida. He figured he'd be back in time to take his wife Denise out to celebrate, but he never came back. Friends and loved ones feared he met his fate through bad luck and a group of hungry alligators, leaving his young family behind. Except that's not what happened at all. And after 17 years, a kidnapping, and the uncovering of a secret love triangle, the truth would finally be revealed. Enjoy Over My Dead Body, Gone Hunting on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of Over My Dead Body early and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Get started with your free trial at Wondery.com/plus.
So then Mary does, who just did this on the Real House, one of the Real House. Oh, it's Tamara. Mary pulls a full Tamara where Mary goes, wait, Meredith, no, that's not what you said about her bringing her friend today. You didn't like that. It's like,
And then we see 6 hours earlier, Meredith on the bed with Mary going, well, I'm not going to get into it right now. And Mary goes, well, I asked why they came early. And Whitney's like,
Yeah, Mary asked me, and she said it was childish that I flew in early. But you know what? Trixie is my friend, and I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
She full on said dill.
Are you trying to add some herbs to this cold and prickly? I don't understand.
Okay, my turn. Okay, I'll go Lisa Barlow. Girl. Okay, Lisa. I love that you're here in pretty much a thong and you did it happily and you were a good sport. Okay, I'm serious. I'm like serious about that. Okay, girl, my prickly. Okay, is somebody going through a divorce? mainly my own fault because I was fucking my brother-in-law, but we can get to that later.
Not so loud, though, with the fucking the brother-in-law. Quieter.
Listen, divorce hurts no matter who's at fault, okay? And, it's just me and my 4 kids trying to figure out what the fuck we're doing with our lives. So it was really hard for someone like me who just bought a bag. Okay, we'll go into that later. To listen all day to you talk about losing a $60,000 ring.
And everyone's just staring at Lisa. It's like a big long pause, and you see Lisa start to drop it. She's like,
I didn't say it over and over, but noted. You did. And we see like a montage, and it's not like a 3-beat montage like the montages normally are. And this goes on for like 8 beats. I can't find my ring. Where's my ring? I lost my ring. I'm so upset about my ring. Where's my ring?
Oh my God, John, I lost my ring. That's the big one. Lawyer number 4. I lost my ring. It was the big one, lawyer number 4.
Hello, Ticketmaster. Yeah, I'd like to get a refund for seeing Barnum and Bailey's. It turns out I can't go to a 3-ring circus because I lost a ring.
It's the trigger ring. Oh my God, I can't even say triggering anymore because it has ring in it.
I'm just trigged. I'm trigged like math, trigonometry.
So they go through, like, you're right, like 8 versions of this. And we cut back to her. She's like, you know what? But I'm sad about it. I'm stressed about it. It's sentimental. Monica goes, I get it.
Look, girl, look, I, stuck my hand into a tampon box for you. Like, I got it.
And she's like, noted. It's like what I said to my son when he said he didn't want to go to college. Noted. So Lisa says,
I'm just be aware. I'm just saying, just be aware. I mean, more aware than you were of your ring when you lost it.
Noted.
Okay.
What's your deal with me, Monica? Like, when you can afford to buy a $50,000 ring, you'll care about it too. So shut the fuck up.
Leave it to Lisa to completely misunderstand the point. She's like, oh yeah, you're poor. Like, that's her argument to the poor person. He's like, it's really hard being poor. And Lisa's like, yeah, maybe it wouldn't be so hard being poor if you weren't so poor. Stupid head. Poor face.
Like, girl, you're carrying around a $60,000 ring, and I'm carrying around $100 ring. It's very different, and I get it's hard for you, and it's emotional, but no, my ring's $100.
And Lisa's like, got it, noted, got it.
It's very Riley. It was Riley from Below Deck. Got it.
Soon to be on Winter House.
And so Lisa is pissed, right? So Monica goes,
well, this is a really shitty game.
and Lisa goes, yeah, it is a shitty game. And we get a boom. Whoosh. Later.
Well, because Lisa starts doing well, it was a blessing, and I worked really hard for that blessing. She's like,
Yeah, we all work hard. Some of us are mailing bindles out or bundles or swaddles across the country right now.
whatever the fuck those things are.
Have you ever taken
I
fabric?
had to train my daughter how to fold a swaddle today, okay?
When you have a 99-year-old Portuguese grandma mailing out swaddles, then you can talk to me.
So later we go to a little later. So now they're ordering more drinks, and Angie's like, you know what? I'm gonna do a really fun dinner toast because Greeks love to toast. Okay, so and everyone's just
as opposed to those other world cultures that just hate toasting.
I get it. Let's all embrace our cultures. Embrace your culture. But girl, we get it, okay? For fuck's sake, enough of it. I haven't even heard Tabbouleh brag as much about being Greek. For fuck's sake, lady.
Literally, you know what? I love Greek culture, and my favorite thing is the Olympics, but I can't watch anymore because I lost a ring. It's only 4 rings in the Olympics for me now.
Oh my God, $60,000 rings. It's all Greek to me. Am I right? Because I lost mine.
But Angie's saying, Greeks, we love to toast. It's up there with me when people say, oh, you know what? I'm Jewish. We just love food. It's all those cultures that hate food. Everyone does that with their own culture. I feel I said Jewish because I'm Jewish. But everyone's always oh yeah, I'm I'm from Zimbabwe, and we love food in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, it is very much like I'm Lebanese, and the way we show love is through food. We share food together. We
Or-
break bread together. Like that's how we show love.
Or chefs when they say, "My culinary point of view is fresh ingredients, just everything fresh." It's like,
Guys, I'm a gay Lebanese person, and I drink water occasionally.
one way
so.
that I love to hydrate, like one thing, by the way, one thing that like Jewish Americans with Russian descent like me love is hydrating with water. That's just like something that's just like it goes part and parcel with us.
Guys, let me just speak for all the people who are probably conceived in the back hallway of a bowling alley near the racking pins. I show my love through shoelace tying.
Can
every
I say
day before I
something?
leave the house.
As someone who came from suburban New York City, one thing that we love doing in that part of the country, just breathing air. It's just like something that's like really part of our personas there, you know?
Okay, we're interrupting Angie's very important speech
It's
that
a
she's
toast.
worked very hard on.
It's a toast.
It's a Greek toast. Okay, a thing we do at my house is we work on a word of the day.
Like a Greek word, right, Angie?
Yes, a Greek word. Thank you, Whitney, for the support. And one word that I think describes what's happening today is Centico, which means, wait for it, fake. That's what it means. It means fake.
The most
Boom!
this was such an obvious. As soon as she said we work on a word of the day, in my mind, I literally was like, she's gonna say fake. It's gonna be fake. Like I just knew it. I knew she's gonna say fake because that's like she's so predictable. And
Boom! Why did you just say boom? Because I didn't really trust the sound effects to do it for me since everybody else is looking me over.
I'm not sure if I'm actually a full-fledged cast member yet, so I have to provide my own sound effects as per
Contracts
Bravo
have not
rules.
gone out yet, so I make my own. Moving on.
And then she goes, I came here with an open heart. And Meredith, I thought we were friends. And she goes, what? Oh, well. At this point, by the way, everyone's wasted, including Meredith. Well, you publicly said that you will never be friends with me. So why would I invite you? And why would you even want to come? And Angie goes, publicly? I said that publicly?
Stop it.
Oh, Bueller's up to something. Bueller, we're in the middle of a Meredith Mark scene.
Could you not lick your wiener during this scene? Look, he paused, but he doesn't know if I'm talking.
Wow.
Stop it. Stop it. That's to you.
One
Stop
thing
licking your
that as
wiener.
Greeks we love to do is we love to lick our own wieners.
God.
So
I think
Angie's-
mostly it pisses me off because I'm just jealous. I
He's
wish
very
I could be
satisfied.
licking my wiener. God bless it.
So Angie's
Okay, sorry,
so,
Ben.
so
Sorry, everybody.
She's saying, Meredith says, like, why would you ever? You said you don't want to be friends, right? And Angie's like, publicly, I said that. I'm publicly, honey.
Where publicly did I say that, Meredith?
Well, we will never be friends were your exact words.
And Angie's like, I don't know what Meredith is talking about right now. I don't know when I ever said we would never be friends with Meredith in public.
Is this a rumor you heard from someone? Is there someone we can drag into this? And Monica goes,
You love a receipt, girl. Let's see it, girl. Here's my receipt. It's from a bag that I bought because I wanted to fit in.
Prove that. Yeah, prove that. And then the other question is, why didn't she bring this to my attention earlier? You have treated me really inappropriately, Meredith, and maybe I should explain to you actually how I feel. Meredith goes,
I'm not interested in
You're being very rude after I called you fake. You're being very rude. And Meredith goes, well, you can leave then. This is not your dinner. This is not your dinner. Please note that right now I'm saying not now, but later I'll be saying not. Okay, this is not. Actually, I'm going to start it now. It is not your dinner, and you can leave.
no, Meredith, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, this is not your dinner. Go.
I'm not leaving. Boom.
What is
All
your
right,
what
you
is
need to
what is
stop
your issue
saying
with me?
boom. Please stop saying boom. It's distracting.
And why are you holding up a little sign that says Angie? Well, I wasn't sure if I would get a Chiron, so I needed to make sure I had my own. I bedazzled it. So Meredith goes, well, you were not invited by me, so you can go. And she says, what is your issue with me? Well, why?
Why do you want to be here? No, I'm just a user.
A user. I don't even have a password or a login. How could I be a user?
You do not even want to start with me, sweetie pie.
I have been kind to you, and if you calling me sweetie pie is a reference to spanakopita, I am very upset at that. That feels racist.
Then how come you called me? Wait, you know what? I've been very kind to you, Meredith.
No, you have not been kind to me. You have not.
Well, then how come you called me and asked me all these great questions and I was supporting you on questions about building a house? I gave you all of my time. And Meredith goes, well, I will be happy to write a check for your hour. You can go.
And Monica hides her face like,
Oh my God, not writing a check for an hour. Girl.
I don't want a check for your time because what are you going to write me a check for? Your jewelry that has fucking cobwebs and dust? You haven't sold a piece since 2016.
Oh my God, girl, stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Don't insult her business.
you rent everything in your life, like you rent your entire life. Everything about you is fake, Meredith.
Angie, stop!
Sorry.
Do not tell me how to act, Monica.
No, this is disgusting.
And Monica's like,
I don't know who the hell Angie thinks she's going to fight. Like, she's like 4'11" and like 70 pounds. So I'll just like sit back and like let you do your thing.
so Meredith's like,
This is lame and embarrassing for you, and I'm not interested.
You know, but you are lame and embarrassing. You are. And you know what? I'm Greek. And I'm Greek, and we're the ones who started you are. So, as a Greek, let me just say you are, and I'm going to tell you what.
No, con. Like the film festival.
Oh my God, I'm the queen of Sundance. Hi, God.
Leave.
you can leave. So Angie's like, I am not leaving Meredith. So then Meredith gets up. Well, she doesn't. She goes,
Wait, excuse me, waiter. Okay. Can we get security, please? Can we get security? She refuses to leave.
Still or sparkling? Would you like still or
I would
sparkling?
love a sparkling waiter. This is Palm Springs. Sparkling security. I don't want to hear anything just. So then she gets up. Meredith gets up from the table, but she's like wasted, but she's trying to seem very like prim and proper. So she walks up to the waiter and goes, excuse me, she needs to leave. I am the hostess of the dinner and her behavior is unacceptable. And I'd like her to leave. Okay, I'd like her to leave. And it says, the chyron for the waiter says, Chad, waiter, not security.
He's like, I'll do what I can. So Heather's like, oh my God, I'm 5 espresso martinis in, but even I know that guy is the waiter, not security.
If you're going to summon him for anything, it's dinner rolls and a water refill, not to tase Angie and cart her off the table.
So Lisa's like, oh my God, you guys were all supposed to be working on being friends. And Meredith turns to the table and she's like,
If anyone here thinks that you are friends with her, smile. You can stay here with her, and you, Angie, are nobody's friend. You are an ugly human being.
Well, why don't you look at the mirror yourself? And Meredith goes,
There are things going on that are a lot fucking deeper than this nonsense, okay?
she starts sobbing. She's like, oh.
and then she goes,
There are children that are going to be disabled for the rest of their lives, and you know what? I'm not doing it.
she pulled the
She's
children.
sobbing.
She pulled their children that are being disabled for the rest of their lives. I'm not gonna. She just tried to throw Angie K out. She just went to the little gay waiter and be like, "Excuse me, security, could you please get out?" In a British accent. And
There are dead children in the world.
And Mary's like, what's going on? You know what? I'm not doing it. Peace out. You ladies have a good night. Because I'm gonna go worry about the things in the world that is important, and this is not one of them. There is not one child at this table with a crush. Not one.
I will not sit here at this table and when I could be somewhere else thinking about children who are sick. Okay? I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them design tracksuits.
Show them all the beauty they belong. A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
She's like flying off with an umbrella.
Ew,
Sing
mother,
I will be
gross.
outside
Stop singing, mother,
looking for
gross. Mom
hairless
is so
children.
embarrassing, gross. Isn't mom so embarrassing? She's the most embarrassing.
So she barrels out of there. She's like stumbling out. And Mary's like, I think that Meredith probably shouldn't have had that last drink.
So
Lisa, who has just been dressed by Meredith in this jingly belly dancer miniskirt, is still kind enough to follow Meredith out, right?
She goes and chases her, and like they go out to the front. They're in the front, and Meredith's like, "This is nonsense. I don't need to be attacked by some woman that crushes this trip."
Literally sobbing still. So then back to the table. Heather's like, Whitney, this is your fault. You should go follow her. And Whitney goes,
Don't do that, Heather.
"We're moving forward." And Heather goes, "Fresh powder, fresh start." And Whitney looks at her like, so confused.
What? I have to powder my nose? I don't get
fresh
it.
powder, fresh start. Fresh powder, fresh start. So then back to Meredith and Lisa. Meredith's like, I am dealing with a lot of shock. And that is very, very serious. Get her out of here. She need to go. Lisa, you get her out of here.
Yeah, and okay, listen.
It's disgusting energy, and I don't support it in any sort of case. Get him, break it down.
I can't be around the negative energy. It is disgusting energy.
Hello, bonjour, mademoiselle. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Welcome and bienvenue, bad energy.
Sit down, shut up, or get out.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So Heather's cracking up. She's like, wow, Meredith left with an English accent. She cracks up laughing. So then back to Meredith. Meredith is now sobbing in Lisa's arms. Okay, Lisa's holding her. It's like that OC scene when Tamara was like losing her shit after punching Kelly in the street, and she's like losing in Ireland. Yeah, losing her shit on the bus, and Shannon's just holding her head tight while Tamara is just completely shell shocked.
And Meredith is like,
She's like, I can't. She's too aggressive, and it's too mean, and I can't sit here any further and listen to this. This is me.
I mean, listen, okay? She came in hot. I'm not going to defend her. But listen, sometimes we all act like high schoolers, right? And, you know, there have been factors in our lives the last few years that have been like, like they've been hard, right? For everybody. Like all of us.
And you know, Lisa is treading because she is blinking like Teresa Giudice, just blink, 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 hoping Meredith doesn't punch her. And Meredith goes, no.
I think, by the way, I think she's trying to allude the fact. I think she's just trying to pin it all on Jen Shaw, right? Isn't she trying to say like we were all wrapped up in the Jen Shaw thing, and right or no?
That's how I guess. I mean, I have no idea. So Meredith is like, no. She drops the tears and she goes, listen, if I want to go for the jugular and talk about the woman, the nastiness about her, I can do that. Oh, I can do that. And you know what? You want me to go there with the husband?
I can go there.
Her husband.
I can go there. I can go there. I can go to England with the husband. I can go to Miami's hot on fire with the husband.
And her face is like, well, she's like pirated, totally. One eye's like closed and one eye's like popping out.
And she has her finger out now, and she's like, "Don't fuck with me. Tell her to fuck." I'm sorry, I had a little bit of a fur ball while I was trying to say that word. Let me try to say it again properly. Tell her to fuck. Sorry, I can't say the word.
Hair, just like a little hairball, just starts dripping out.
She's
You know, I'm working on like a brand new friendship with Meredith, but we're starting with old behaviors. Because first it's I don't want you around, and then it's I heard rumors about you, which is true. And then we see clips of Meredith being in the hot tub last year, being like,
You know, I'm hearing rumors left, right, and center about Lisa Barlow, but I don't want to talk about. Okay, I heard she was doing favors to get her Vita tequila into restaurants.
You know, I think the real victim here is Angie because it happened to me. I got it. And I thought with like fresh starts, like new beginnings, like we weren't going to go through this again. So they go back into the restaurant and Mary's like, are you okay? Because you were like verbally beat up. And Angie's like, Meredith, look at me, please. Let's both take a deep breath. One thing that Greeks love to do, take deep breaths. And I was very hurt. And I may not have approached you in the right way, I guess by calling you fake and saying no one likes you and that I've heard all the rumors about you. Maybe not the right way.
and Meredith is now sobbing again. She's like, "Ow, really? Because it's not how I wanted it to go. Oh, really? Because you took it there tonight, and I have had enough. I have had enough."
There are children, six children. There are six sick children in the world. Okay, and I cannot. So Lisa goes, "You guys, we really need to put a cork in this right now because we're actually in a fancy restaurant, and not only do we look like trash, we're acting like trash. So let's go."
So now they're stumbling around, right? So they're stumbling to the van, and Heather is extremely shit-faced. And Lisa's like, "Oh, God, you had too much to drink, Heather." And Monica's like,
Oh my God, she is WASTDRN. Okay?
So they get into the van.
Girl.
They get into the van, and Meredith then starts crying on Monica's shoulder now. She's like, and Monica's like,
Girl, I'm sorry for like whatever you're going through, girl. And she's like, I'm sorry for whatever you're going through, too.
so Whitney, who's in like the rave version of a Mrs. Peacock outfit from Clue, is next to Meredith sobbing, and she goes,
What is it? Family?
she's like,
Well, not talk about it. No, it's friends. It's friends. Can we just table this for now, Whitney? Let's just pretend this is your old job. All right, you can just get on a table and we'll throw some dollars at you. Table it.
I have something that is much bigger weighing on me right now. So I just can't talk about it.
so Lisa's like, "What happened, Mar? Can you say? This is a safe space. It's a Sprinter van, the safest space on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City."
And there's nothing good about it. There's nothing positive. And down the road, there's nothing positive either. It's a terrible road. I hate roads.
Well, it's a terrible road because what's weighing on me is they removed all the signs from my road, and now no one can find anyone's proper home. So no one's getting their UPS delivery. It's horrible.
so Whitney's like,
I have to be honest. I think it's convenient right now. She goes,
Really
Willie, Whitney, Willie, Whitney.
No, I'm going to be really honest right now. Really, really, really honest, okay? Here's the deal. Every time I try to have a conversation with Meredith, there's always some big extraneous situation, which I don't know if that's the proper use of extraneous, but I'm a poet now and I'm working on communication.
It's her best friend's cousin dog died. It's her Amazon package arrived damaged. It's her street paver isn't paving, or her milkman retired, or she had dinner that was cold 2 weeks ago, or she had to walk uphill to school in the snow sometimes ago, or her horse didn't have a stick through it that she could hang onto while it went up and down. It just
And-
tipped over.
And still I rise, and still I rise. Thank you. That was my poem.
Whitney. It's always something. I mean, Whitney's such a dummy, but I have to say I'm kind of agreeing with her a lot today because that is true. This is something that Meredith does. Whenever Meredith is called out or has a fight and she's not winning, she's like, "You don't understand what you've done to my toddler."
But that being said, like she's clearly wasted and she's sobbing. So, like, is this the moment to just like, be
No,
like,
but Whitney
gotcha?
doesn't give a fuck. Whitney's just coming in. She's villain Whitney this season.
Timing is not ever her strong point. I mean, I don't know what really is her strong point, but it's not timing at the very least. So
She's just got a lot of like points. They're just random points.
she does have. She's just like a disorganized porcupine, just random points. So Whitney is like,
Do you think it's fair that Mary's probably dealing with a lot because, you know, she runs a cult and you're dealing with a lot and I'm
sorry,
dealing
but
with
the
a
word
lot?
is dilling.
Dilling?
The word
Sorry.
is dilling. Sorry.
So, oh my God. We're all dealing with a lot, dealing with
Yeah.
so much.
You're dealing with a lot. 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 Mary, are
The
you
driver's
Mary?
dealing with a lot. Look,
Mary, hey Mary, are you dealing with a lot?
Mary's like, no.
Heather's dealing with a lot. Who else?
my friend Jackie is dealing with a lot, but that's because she works at a casino. Handing out cards.
So
Dilling, if
Heather's
you will.
like, I am sick. And they get off the bus now. So they're back at home. So they're
Well-
all kind of deplaning or whatever.
well,
debussing.
it's like, well, when the van parks, Meredith just gets out, but then I think like, and maybe Lisa too, but Heather is still sitting. Heather at this point is like hunched over in the corner. Her hat is like dangling over her face, but like Whitney's still there and Mary is still there. And Heather's like in the corner. And then all of a sudden, Mary just starts going in.
Mary is so funny because she goes off camera, right? She gets out of the frame and she starts yelling at Heather from the door where she knows that they're not shooting her, which is so funny because she thinks like they're not going to use this footage, you know?
I don't know if
So-
Mary knows that. I don't know if Mary is like aware enough to know like where the cameras are placed.
Really? Because I feel like she's been kind of on the best behavior, you know, and now she's just like happens to be off camera when she's letting her well, either way, it's fucking funny as fuck.
Yeah.
So she's like, you know what? I didn't come here for the fighting. I mean, they're not even good at fighting. They're not even good at it. So she's like, she's fragile and she's broken down, and then you attack her. Why would you do that? She goes,
Mary, nuh-uh. I just said my opinion, Mary.
She goes, I stood up for myself in the situation. You stood up for yourself. No one was coming. Meredith was not coming for you. You came for Meredith. You weren't standing up for
know.
anything.
You've come for Meredith, and she still has not come for you. And you keep trying to bring up fights, and she still won't fight with you.
Meredith's like, she didn't ask for your opinion to stand up for herself. And when he goes, every time it gets hard, she does this. Every time. Meredith goes, you need to grow up.
Little girl.
Little girl.
But that is very offensive, Mary, to tell somebody to grow.
Grow up.
What did you say?
Grow up. And grow up.
Right.
You deny
I'm
everything you
offensive,
do.
Dad.
Grow up. Grow up.
I'm offensive, it did.
You deny everything you do. All I said was you didn't have to say anything to her. Own
Yeah.
what you do. Own yourself. Own yourself.
No.
Grow up. Grow up.
You are.
You do it.
No.
She goes, I do own it. No, you don't. Own who you are. Stop being this front, this facade. Who's Whitney? Who's Whitney?
I'm not. You're looking at Whitney.
Well, I don't know. The way you talked about me, don't you even go there with me. Just,
The way you talked about me, but it is.
she goes, the way you talked about my family, like I never talked about you. I was told about you. I got told about you. And you have called me a pornography sweetheart. And Monica goes,
Pornography. Yeah, you said you were afraid for your family from me. And when he goes,
What's pornography?
yeah, you went all the way around. You told the whole group, you want to take me down. You went to the dirt for me.
yeah, you went all the way to the ground. She's,
I didn't say that you do porn.
just, no, I didn't say you said pornography. Nuh-uh. Hey, Heather, Heather, what did she
Heather's
say
like,
about me? What did she call me, Heather? And Heather's
Heather's-
passing out.
she's
And
like-
Heather just tilts her head up and goes, predator.
Because I was so confused too. Because she's like, I didn't say porn.
But pornography is porn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it. You called me and my husband predators. Period. I'm done with you, little girl.
Little girl. Which, I mean, we've all heard recordings from Mary's church. So I think she's taking predator in the sexual, like you're a sexual predator. I don't think she meant it sexually. I think she meant you are a Jen Shaw and that you trick old people out of their money at your church.
Right.
Like there have been many, many people. Anyone who's new to this show, that's Mary Cosby's deal, is that she has a cult that's wrapped around her and she has robbed. I mean, I
so
love
the funniest
explaining
thing.
the plot
It's-
of this show.
It's so
to
bad.
people.
It's so bad in real life. That's like fucked up to have like a cult. But like when you say, oh, by the way, this kooky lady who's like a friend of, yeah. So her backstory is she has a cult.
Yeah, she has a cult that
runs
her
a cult.
grandmother started, and her grandmother supposedly said, you can have the cult when I die as long as you marry my husband. So Mary married her step grandfather and then continued with the cult and tricked people out of their life saving. I mean, my God. Or not even tricked them, just demanded it and said that the Lord demanded it.
Yeah, and like one of the things people would say is that she'd be so abusive too. She would just like yell at you. So I really enjoyed getting to see some classic Mary berating, but aimed at Whitney because it felt really like I feel like that's a good use of Mary's berating skills. You know?
Yeah. So anyway, back to this. She's like, predator. You called me a predator. That's what you did, and I'm done with you. Heather, are you okay? And Monica's like,
She's not okay. Okay, she's a very sick. She tried to stand and she couldn't stand. So somebody needs to go deal with that because girl.
so she leaves.
She's sick, girl.
So basically Heather's like in the van sick. So Whitney's with Heather, and what Heather's like, I'm sick. I can't walk. Just shut the door. Please just shut the door. So they shut the van door. And
Colleen,
the
driver hates these people.
She's waiting. And then all of a sudden we hear the sounds of puking. Heather's like, I need a basket. We hear the puking. And then all of a sudden we hear Whitney go, open the door. Open the door. No.
So they open it and she runs out and she goes,
Oh my God, I have sympathy throw up. I can't do it. Heather's barfing into a pack. And oh my God.
and then we cut to Heather, who is just, the cameras are so cold. They just sit on Heather and Heather is barfing into a bag. I don't know if the bag has holes in it and it's leaking out of the bag, or if she's peeing all over the seat and it's dripping onto the floor at the same time she's barfing into the bag. I don't know.
I think
but it is horrifying.
I don't think they would show the pee. I don't think it was just like, I don't think it was I don't think it's a bag. That bag may have come from Bazaar, and I'm not sure if it was really meant to hold vomit. And there was definitely like a stream of like vomit juice coming out of the bag, and then they just zoom in on it, and they just end the episode on the shot of Heather's vomit trickling to the floor. It was perfect.
And Heather just goes, God, right in front of everyone, man.
It was like the most, and she's in her leather jacket. It's just like the most perfect ending to one of the funniest episodes of all time. Like, it really is like this show currently has the spirit of old school chaotic New York right now. And I'm not saying that in any sort of comparison to New York. I'm just saying like the spirit lives on with this show at the moment.
What a show, man. What a fun show.
Funny.
All right, everybody. We are out of here. We will be back tomorrow with some Orange County, and then after that with some Southern Charm. Join us in a couple of weeks for Crappy Hour, first and third Monday, 5:30 p.m.
Yeah.
SF.
Next week
We'll
it's
talk to you
12
guys.
below. Bye, everyone. It would actually help if I pressed the buttons to actually end this broadcast. Okay, bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors.
Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Stroll in the park with Caitlin Clark.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas.
She's never scary. It's the Green Fairy.
Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know your worth with Jason Kurth.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying. It's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
Ruru LaRue.
The Bay Area Betches. Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
We love him madly. It's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. We want to hang with Liz Lang. The incredible edible Matthews sisters. Nancy Cease and Desisto.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She's quite the catch. It's Victoria Cotchett.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com.